Hey there everybody, Brian here from Fitzpatrick's. I want to show you this car here. This is a 2019, it's a Honda Civic. This is what's called an SR specification, and this actually has a Honda Access body kit. At home in our house we actually had 4 Honda Civics over the last 4 years, and this was actually one of them. I really like this one because it actually had a couple of nice extras that wasn't standard on them all. So let me just show you around the car on the outside, and then what we'll do is we'll go for I'll show you the inside and we'll go for driving the car as well. If there's any information you want on this car, 086 843 1945, Brian is my name. Call, text, WhatsApp, and I'll be happy to run through information on the car, information on scrapping a car or trading in a car, or if you want to see how maybe things like monthly payments works out and stuff like that. We'll supply the car with 12 months warranty and a proper comprehensive service. And there is a Honda service history with the car as well, so in terms of servicing it's complete all the way through. What I might do is I'm going to show you some of the stuff on the outside of this car. It's really stupidly windy, as it always is. So I'm just going to show you the stuff on the outside of the car that I like, which makes it a little bit different than the other ones, and then we'll go through the inside of the car and I'll show you the stuff on the inside, and then we'll go for a drive in the car. Okay, trying to avoid the wind, not easy. You would not believe how windy it is all the time in Ireland until you start trying to video cars. Okay, this has a Honda Factory Performance front splitter. Right now, I have normally put them onto cars, but the ones I get are normally a matte finish, whereas this is a genuine Berliner black. So it's a gloss black, so like a matte is real kind of dark. God, these are actually gloss. Matte is just that's a kind of a matte finish there, where it's kind of, you know, not that shiny. So that's normally the one I get for the front of these, whereas this one is proper Berliner black, so it's a metallic kind of finish, and it just makes the bottom of the bumper more aggressive looking, and it brings it lower to the ground. So the 1.5 Honda Civic always had splitters down low, and it makes it more aggressive looking. So this definitely makes the bottom of the car a little bit more aggressive than any other normal one you'll see on the road. Second thing then is, which is rare and I can't get it these days, they're actually really expensive, unfortunately, so it's hard to justify buying them in and put them onto the car, those Berliner black side skirts. So again, dark metallic finish like the 1.5. It just again makes the side profile of the car a little bit more aggressive than the normal ones that you'll see on the road. So a nice little feature, very seldom on these. And then over here it has the window chrome delete. So normally they have a window chrome which is high up on the top of the windows. Now normally what I do in those is I get someone to wrap it, so instead of like the chrome stays on the car, so you know, you see the way you have chrome and the likes of that Mercedes there. On these ones what I normally do is I get it wrapped by a professional, and it looks really nice. This one was painstaking because we actually removed the chrome physically and then physically put on this new garnish along here, again genuine Honda Access. So those 3 items there and up there, very rare parts, Honda Access, genuine stuff, so rare and expensive, and that's what I liked about this car. It had some little extras that weren't standard on them. The other thing I did then was when we had the car, I put that turbo badge in the back. So that is like from I think Malaysia or somewhere like that, so like it's a friggin' €80 badge, but it is the proper VTEC turbo badge for that car. That is the same there. It is a VTEC turbo engine. I will admit we don't clean under engine bays, we never have, we never will. Don't put water in around engine bays, then you never get these gremlin problems that sometimes pop up on cars after they've been detailed in the engine bay. There's ways to do it. I'm sure there's lads that are brilliant at it, but we don't do it. We just choose not to clean under engine bays for that reason. Leave them alone, and there won't be any issues. So the other thing as well, when I had the car at the time, I also put on the genuine wind deflectors. Mud guards. Again, look, it seems like something small, but you know what? I just thought it finished up nicely, and they were compatible because the way the side skirt finishes early, it left enough room for that genuine mud flap to go on, and the same around here. So you see there's kind of a lower splitter, and then even standard from the factory, they had this kind of low splitter along here anyway, and that's standard on them all. So I guess what you see is all the chrome is gone, black down low, makes it look a bit lower to the ground, black along the spoiler over here, and then black around the lights, which again is all standard stuff. They have those nice LED tail lights as well. So what I like about these cars is there's something a bit different. I think they're cool looking compared to some of the other cars on the market. They're a little bit more distinctive and sporty and aggressive. Like if you watch these videos, then you know how much I like just even things like the side markers. I always admire them on Volvos. I like them on these because it just makes the car look a bit wider overall. And this blue colour, not impossible to get, but it's reasonably seldom. We actually don't get enough of it. We get lots of greys and whites and blacks and stuff, but a lot of people like the blue, so it does look nice. The engine on that car then is 127 horsepower, 1 litre VTEC turbo, and normal people will generally average somewhere in the region of about kind of 45 to 50 miles per gallon. That's somewhere in the region of kind of 6 to 6.5 litres per 100 kilometres. I think the wheels are quite nice in the car as well. Now, they are the standard wheel that comes on them, but they're a nice diamond cut finish in a black, which matches all the other black stuff that's on the car. And what I mean by diamond cut obviously is shiny and reflective. So they're a 17-inch wheel, so they're not too expensive in terms of tyre replacement. In terms of the inside of the car, right, one of the biggest reasons, we had one Civic before this, a black 18 one, then we had the 19 one, then we had a 20, and now we've got a 21. So I can endorse these vehicles. Anyway, in through there, large boot. And that being open like that, or being able to be open like that, was one of the big things for us. More storage down through there. Okay, you don't have a spare wheel. You can put a spare wheel if you want, but a lot of people choose not to. And then seats, they fold forward, so you end up with this really, really flexible, large load area in the rear. A little bit of lighting up through there. And in terms of the rear of the car, brushed aluminium, tweeter speaker, electric for window, lockable doors and windows, 3 head restraints, 3 3-point safety belts, oops, armrest in through the centre with a drinks holder. And then after that, so in terms of condition, everything's quite nice. If I was sitting behind myself, and actually I wouldn't even sit that far back normally, headroom here, legroom here is okay, so it works for a 6-foot person. That's a black headliner as well, which I think is nice because it's kind of sporty looking. And similarly up front then, brushed aluminium, electrics for windows and mirrors, folding mirrors in through there, tweeter speaker again, so excellent stereo overall. And then in terms of lights and windows and stuff, when I say stuff I mean actually the wing mirrors, you can control them from the key. And sorry, by the way, I'm filming in a crap area with a bin and a bollard just because it's kind of not that windy here, so lights are going to turn off in a sec. So anyway, if I want to turn them back on, I'll use the key, unlock the car, lights come on. Similarly then, if I want, I can let the windows down, or more to the point for most people, lock 1, lock 2, eventually turns off the lights, retracts the wing mirror and brings the windows back up also. In the front of the car then, they are aluminium pedals, which look quite nice. There is lumbar support for lower back, height adjustable driver seat, and then after that, that steering wheel is rake reach, so it goes in and out and up and down as well. Before we go for a drive, in the cabin, electrics for windows front and rear. Over here then, parking sensors on or off. Lane departure warning, which is going to vibrate the wheel if I depart the lane without using the indicator. Crash prevention, so under 30 kilometers an hour, it's going to try and stop me if it doesn't detect me touching the brake pedal. These are all things like cruise control, and it's adaptive. So I suppose if I press this here, you can see this display is changing up here. And then if we zoom in, that means I have, okay, I got a cruise control function. So I got a lane assist. So this actually is lane center assist. So that's keeping me dead center in the lane, whereas the other one we saw was just literally a departure warning. If I set my cruise control, then I can set that to stay a certain length behind the car in front. I can have a speed limiter that I set, or I can have a speed limiter that governs, that is governed even by speed signs. So if you go through a speed zone, it'll detect it and it'll start beeping and warn you that you're currently exceeding the speed zone you're in. Why can't I talk today? Over here, this is average speed, fuel efficiency, how much fuel is left in the car, maintenance information, actually audio, Bluetooth, all that kind of stuff from there. Headlights will be completely automated. They'll come on themselves at night and they'll dip when you meet traffic. The wipers also come on when it starts raining. The infotainment screen, touch that and it brings up a climate control function. Touch and swipe where you want the air to blow, air conditioning on or off, warm or cold, and you can have it on different temperatures on each side of the car. Front and rear windscreen demisters, and they also demist the wing mirrors. After that then, there is USB in here. There is a little bit of storage that goes through here and brings you down into this, which is going to be another USB connector. Ooh, a piece of dirt that we didn't take out when we were hoovering the car. Excellent. HDMI, which plays video on the screen, or a 12-volt outlet over to the left. After that then, this is Garmin navigation, so that's pretty straightforward to use. However, most people these days will use a smartphone connection in here, which is going to turn into Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, depending on your phone type. Usual audio and Bluetooth screens after that. And then most of the settings in the car are in through here, and various manipulations you want to do are in through there. This is also going to have a reverse camera, and then there is going to be sensors on the front and the back, and the camera has various settings as well with dynamic guidelines. For the purpose of safety, the car is going to have driver's passenger airbags, side curtain airbags, side impact protection beams, lane departure warning, lane keep assist, the crash prevention setup. Automatic lights and wipers, they're actually safety related as well, to be fair. Anti-whiplash headrests, so you can bring it forward to stop your head going backwards in an accident. Very safe car, and they feel like a nice big wide car on the road. Much more significant than what a Honda Civic would have been years ago as a small hatchback car. People with big saloons trade in for Honda Civics these days. Anyway, let's go for driving the car. The cabin in these cars, everything's kind of pointing at the driver, so it kind of, when I set into them first, I really liked the way everything was facing. Like, I know everything normally faces towards you, but just the big screen in the centre and the digital clocks and all that stuff, and where the gear stick is, I just felt all that stuff was very driver orientated. So the gearbox is lovely. Ask anyone or read any independent review, they always get really good reviews on the gearboxes because they're nice mechanical. And you know what, you cannot buy a brand new manual Honda anymore, which is comfortable in the new cars being automatic, but it's also kind of boring. Automatic cars are fun to drive. 127 horsepower engine, good fuel efficiency. It's a torquey engine. If you had some of the older Hondas, you'd have to rev the hell out of them, but these ones actually have low down power. Very different driving experience. So if you had the 1.4 older model, this is going to be way different, and the suspension is way better on these newer ones. Independent suspension, way more confidence inspiring. So if you want something that looks nice, this one's got a few little extras over the normal ones. Give me a shout if you want to know more. 086 843 1945. Brian is my name. Call, text, WhatsApp. We are a family run business in operation for almost 70 years. So actually more than 70 years. Hopefully the video's been useful. Hopefully the car's of interest. Thank you for watching.